Okay, good morning. Welcome to
SuperMath133.
SuperMath133. So today we had a very interesting review problem, and we decided to use it for a movie because you had some thoughts about it that I said, hey, let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about it during the movie. So here was the problem. You have a right triangle, and in that right triangle you put semicircles on each side, where each side is the diameter. The area of this semicircle is 36. The area of this semicircle is 64. What is the area of that semicircle?
Well, when the areas are integers, you're going to have stuff over pi for the diameters and radii.
Okay.
So I'll start with this one. 2 pi times the radius squared is 64. So r squared is 64 over pi. So the radius is the square root of 64 over pi.
Right, I want you to explain the reasoning in that set of steps you just did.
So the first thing I did...
And don't block it.
Oh wait, I have to divide it by 2. Since we're talking about semicircles. So, r squared is actually 2 times this. But r squared over 2, and then r is 2 times the square root of 64 over pi.
Okay. You didn't explain any of the reasoning.
Well, so the first thing I did, this is the area of a semicircle.
Okay.
This is equal to 64.
Alright.
Then I divided by pi.
Okay.
Then I multiplied by 2 and divided by r. Not divided by r. I took the square root of everything.
Get an eraser. Go ahead. Show me the steps.
So, pi r squared over 2 is 64.
Pi r squared over 2 is 64. Okay, why is that?
Because this is the area of a semicircle, and it's equal to 64.
Okay. A lot of times, the reason I erase everything, a lot of times it's good to explain the steps as you're doing. Okay, what do you do next?
Multiply by 2.
Alright.
Pi r squared is 128.
Alright. Now, that was the step that goofed you up last time. That's what caused me to erase everything. When you try to correct everything after the fact, and use the steps that you did when you had a mistake, sometimes those steps aren't the right steps. Like, for example, did you ever multiply by 2 previously? No. Okay.
So, then I divide by pi.
Alright.
R squared is 128 over pi.
Okay.
Then I take the square root of everything. R is the square root of 128 over pi, which is 8 times the square root of 2 over pi.
8 times the square root of 2 over pi. That's the radius. Okay. Alright.
So now we have to do the same thing for here.
Okay. Can you see what you're going to get when you do the same thing for there, or do you have to do it out?
Well, we just follow the same steps. This is 36, 72, 72 over pi. So it'll be the square root of 72 over pi.
Okay.
Which is 6 times the square root of 2 over pi.
Alright. Okay, so that's the radius over here.
There. So, now we can do the Pythagorean theorem with the diameters.
Okay.
So we have 16 times the square root of 2 over pi squared, because that's the diameter,
Alright.
plus 12 times the square root of 2 over pi squared equals, I'll call this x. X squared.
Okay, so I'm going to make this 133a, and we'll do that calculation next.
133b.
Yeah, for 133b.